Julian Alvarez drama just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, for Real Madrid fans, it's getting better because we are enjoying this drama. But ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona again getting called out by Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, who went at Barcelona last night, again are just not continuing to just stop this. They are just keep making fun of Barcelona, acting like bunch of children. If I would give you a quick recap, ladies and gentlemen, before doing that, please subscribe to the channel. Just a quick recap. If you don't know what happened, obviously Atletico Madrid's official admin, this is their official account, by the way. Yes, you are seeing this correctly. They were making fun of Barcelona, not by one post, but two posts and three posts. Rafinha in Atletico shirt, Pedri in Atletico shirt, basically making fun of Barcelona and the rumors that is happening that Barcelona is wanting to sign Julian Alvarez to Barcelona, obviously, and they are butthurt by this. They even went to the extent that call Barcelona is a small club and Barcelona are behaving like a small club. Again, I'm just as confused as you are because I don't know what Barcelona did that is acting like a small club. I mean, Laporta himself was asked about Julian Alvarez in interviews like months ago, and he said yes, he's a phenomenal player, but he didn't say anything that I'm going to get him or anything like that, or disrespect you in any regards. But Atletico Madrid is just butthurt and salty about this somehow. I don't understand why Atletico is so mad at this, but that is a quick recap for you guys, obviously. But you think this was it, ladies and gentlemen? They just continue to talk and talk and talk, making a meme that was posted not only on Twitter, as you guys can see, 19 hours, and this is still up, by the way, but this was posted on Instagram as well, having almost 1 million likes, by the way. The admin of Atletico Madrid posting this, I believe the caption here in Spanish says that Barcelona trying to buy our players or something like that. Let me just tune down. This is a video right here. I cannot believe Atletico Madrid posted this, you know. You're not like a mediocre club. I know Atletico Madrid is not a big club if you think about it, but name-wise they are a big club if you think about it, right? And I think you acting this way is just so childish, especially after going at Barcelona, saying that they are behaving like a small club while you are out here posting memes like this. You are out here going at Barcelona like this. And third of all, you calling Barcelona a small club is very stupid in my opinion, considering you have 0 Champions Leagues under your name and you are literally the 3rd best team in La Liga, but it is what it is, right? And ladies and gentlemen, they just continued with 2 more tweets. First one saying, finally we want to take this opportunity to categorically deny that we have made an offer to the sporting director of FC Barcelona to join our scouting team in the Brazilian market. I'm just as confused as you guys are. I think even Barcelona fans are confused at this, because how can you not be like, what did Barcelona do wrong? Now, why is Barcelona even getting dragged? It's like rumors that journalists, rumors that fans of Barcelona are making, right? And even Fabrizio Romano coming out and saying, oh, that Alvarez wants to leave Atletico Madrid and join Barcelona, right? Like, shouldn't you be mad at Fabrizio Romano? Shouldn't you be mad at the journalists making these rumors? Why are you mad at Barcelona? And then they went and said this right here. No, Atletico Madrid would never do something like that. I don't know what they're referring to, but however, in recent months we have been suffering a smear campaign against one of our players. Leaked information with ulterior motives, fake news, constant disrespect, a cool version of the propaganda machine, inventing little stories. Again, maybe they know something that every other team don't, or every other person don't, but apparently they have been paying journalists. That's what Atletico Madrid are saying, that Barcelona is paying journalists like Fabrizio Romano to make up rumors, maybe? I don't know why would he do that, because Fabrizio Romano is literally like, what, the most trustable. Like, he doesn't miss. 99% of the time he never misses, right? And they said that calls before direct matches, but of course it wouldn't occur to us either to have referees, vice president on our payroll, or to resort to political favors to register players. Respect and values. I'm as confused as you are. Now they're calling out Barcelona that there's a propaganda, that they control the league, that they pay the referees. Now again, there's a lot of cases that was opened against Barcelona regarding this matter. Florentino Perez mentioned this as well. But apparently they became what? They became innocent after the court. Barcelona is actually innocent. Now again, it doesn't mean anything really. Even after innocency, it doesn't really mean anything because maybe there's things behind the scenes that we don't know of, obviously. But again, just childish behavior in my opinion. A big club like you tweeting like literally a parody account or like a little 15-year-old fan account, right? Coming out on Twitter like a keyboard warrior you are. Going and tweeting this when Barcelona, their presidents, Deco, have not mentioned nothing, fam. This is what's pissing me off even as Real Madrid fan. They said nothing. Nothing came out of their mouth. Literally nothing, Alvarez, came out of their mouth unless they were asked in an interview, right? From a random interviewer. But more to this. Oh my god, they're writing paragraphs, fam. Oh my god. They have released another statement. It may seem like a joke or humor, but this is very serious. We have been very angry with Barcelona for quite some time. It was done ironically to hold up a mirror to the Catalan club and show what they are doing. Again, what are they doing? They don't mention, obviously. Fabrizio Romano's messages. News from Barcelona journalists. Situations where Cerezo goes to Barcelona for lunch and get ambushed with inappropriate questions about negotiations with Laporta over Julian. Questions directed at our players in the mix zone. So apparently that Cerezo brother is Atletico Madrid's president, and apparently a lot of the journalists go to the president of Atletico Madrid saying and talking about Julian Alvarez. Again, you mentioned two things here, which again goes back to my point. You said Fabrizio Romano's messages, news from Barcelona journalists. Again, like I said, you said it yourself. You're literally saying it yourself. Shouldn't you blame and go at Fabrizio Romano and the Barcelona journalists instead? Unless they're on a payroll by Barcelona, which you don't know. Maybe you do know, I don't know. But like I said, shouldn't you go at these two people that you mentioned? Because that's the people you should be targeting, not the entire club, and making fun of the club and the players. It doesn't make sense. As a neutral, I need to look at it as a neutral. It just does not make sense. A dinner is organized in Barcelona, is tipped off. They can go and film Lopez leaving the restaurant. I don't know what this means. An offer is leaked and said that it has been sent, but nothing has arrived here at Atletico Madrid. This is over. We're very angry, and this was our way to showing it. Again, you're saying an offer got leaked and that it was sent. They're talking about the 100 million euros offer that Fabrizio Romano has mentioned, right? They said the first formal bid was 100 million euros by Barcelona. That was Fabrizio, what he said. Again, Fabrizio Romano is the one who said that. That journalist is the one who said that. Again, maybe they're on the payroll, I don't know. What's clear is that Atletico holds all the cards. The player is protected by a 500 million release clause and has a long-term contract until 2030. I did not know that he has a contract until 2030. We're delighted with him. He has a long contract. He's fully protected, and we're counting on him for the next season. For now, the club has not considered breaking relations with Barcelona, but it has made clear that it will not tolerate any more situations of this nature involving the player. Julian cannot be signed through a fixed paid fee for several years plus add-ons. It's 500 million in cash, and that would have been deposited at La Liga headquarters. If Barcelona had done things the proper way, the agent would have nothing to do with it, but if you bypass the club, you're not doing things as you should. Agents live from this. It's normal. It's what they usually do, but it's their job. The problem is Barcelona. Again, Barcelona cannot go and control journalists. What? Like, you want Barcelona to talk with every single journalist, pay them and say, don't talk about the leaks, fam. Don't talk about Julian Alvarez not happy at Atletico Madrid. Fabrizio, hey Fabrizio, this is 10 million euros. Do not talk about our club and all the transfer rumors. It just does not work like that. It's just stupid to think like that, in my opinion. And again, I can see that there's a 500 million clause until 2030. Let's be honest, Atletico Madrid. After this whole situation, I think Alvarez is going to be present by you guys until 2030. Eventually his form will die down because he doesn't want to be in the club. Eventually he's going to fight with the coaches and managers. Eventually things will get broken and you guys will probably sell him for a way less amount of like 50 or 60 millions few years after now if you don't let him go right now. And it's going to be a big problem, if I'm being honest. If a player is not happy, from what I read from Fabrizio, obviously, if a player is not happy and he wants to join Barcelona, you cannot force someone to stay in your club. This is a number one rule that every football club went through, right? And I think Atletico will go through this and they will learn from their mistakes. If a player wants to go, let them go, fam. Take the 150 million. You know, you can increase it to 160 million. You can increase that and take from Barcelona, invest in someone else. Brother, it's okay. You cannot force a player to stay in the club unless you give them a different contract with way more money. But again, in this scenario, you're losing money where you could have gotten 160 million for it. And I don't know, man. It's just stupid, in my opinion, when clubs just forcefully keep their players in prison, if I'm being honest, because it never does well. His form will die down now. And you know what? You're hurting his career, if anything. If he went to Barcelona, he would have an amazing time. He loves the club. He wants to play. Even if Barcelona form dies down, he still wants to play there because he loves the club. At Atletico Madrid right now that everything has happened, I know you're trying to protect your player here, but in my opinion, you're forcing your player to stay, if anything, man. And it's not a good look, if I'm being honest, man. And ladies and gentlemen, apparently Arsenal and PSG have told that Julian Alvarez camp is now fully focused on securing a move to Barcelona this summer. Both clubs have remained informed throughout the process, but Barca are now clear priority as talks continue over potential blockbuster deal. Again, this was 2 hours ago, not the most reliable source, but in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal PSG, they have zero chance, if I'm being honest, man. And I think Julian Alvarez at PSG or Arsenal would be a good move as well. But in my opinion, I don't think Atletico Madrid is going to let go. And I think PSG and Arsenal, they did not pull out of this deal because of Barcelona. Maybe part of it, but a big thing that happened is because of the Atletico Madrid people coming out and saying, oh, we're not going to sell him, pay the 500 million. And I think clubs, they got the cold feet and they were like, you know what, we're good and we're out of this deal. I think that is the main cause why PSG and Arsenal went out of the transfer market. And if you know what, if I want to give my full verdict, like I said, you cannot force a player to stay in a club where he could shine in a different team. You know, Atletico Madrid, they are a good club, but in my opinion, they lack something and I don't know what it is, man. They just always go far, right? They win the games, the important games against the big teams, they perform, right? But they just don't have it to win the Champions League or any other thing, right? They are like Arsenal of of the Spanish league, if I'm being honest, like bottlers. I mean, Arsenal right now is not bottling anything. I don't know if Arsenal won the league. This is one day before the Champions League. No, Champions League final is tonight, so apologies. I don't know if they won the Champions League or not. Hopefully PSG won that game, but in my opinion, Julian Alvarez, like I said, he should go to Barcelona. I think Atletico should just let him go. If a player doesn't want to play in your club, in my opinion, you should see it as disrespect that, oh, Alvarez doesn't want to play in my club, I'll just let him go, if I'm being honest. But ladies and gentlemen, just to end everything, Anthony Gordon is officially here. He has signed the contract, the pictures are done, and he said, I will be honest, I've been wanting to play for Barca since I was 3 years old. And yeah, that's it. Anthony Gordon is here. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Like the video, subscribe. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers, only 1,500 subscribers left. Hopefully we're going to hit it by the end of next month if everything goes well. Thanks so much for watching and gracias, amigos.